How's it going, everyone? It looks like we've got some pretty major information regarding the potential Game Pass competitor that PlayStation will be launching, codenamed Project Spartacus. We'll talk all about that coming from the premium Giant Bombshell Grub Snacks. That is coming from VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb, of course. A very reputable source, so I've been talking about it quite a bit, but I am very interested to see what Sony is going to do with their upcoming subscription service that has long been rumored, codenamed Project Spartacus, and supposed to be a legit competitor to Xbox Game Pass. We have PlayStation Now, and seemingly PlayStation Now is also making relatively major moves as Shadow Warrior 3, a brand new game that's going to be priced at $50 in stores, is going to hit PlayStation Now day one. However, Project Spartacus seems to be something with a bit more grandeur attached to it, and this is seemingly going to be a big move for Sony. Speaking on his premium Giant Bombshell Grub Snacks, VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb spoke a little bit about Spartacus and what it could be, noting, quote, "It's probably getting pretty close to this actually launching. Something's probably going to happen by the end of this month, and I don't think that necessarily means publicly. I think in terms of the internal milestone of where the service needs to be." Speaking on pricing, right now they are called Essential, Extra, and Premium for the tiers that Spartacus will have. The pricing, again, could be a placeholder, but the pricing is $10 a month for Essential, $13 a month for Extra, and $16 a month for Premium. So, relatively on the pricey side, all things considered, Game Pass is $10 a month, although if you want Game Pass Ultimate, that is $15 a month, so relatively comparable as well if you're talking about the higher end tiers, but Game Pass Ultimate also gets you Game Pass PC, so couple things to consider there. Grubb also noted, for premium, $16 a month, you get full games? Not really, kinda. It's like EA Play, you get full game trials. I don't know if that's for every single game that comes out, but it seems like that. You also get classic games and streaming. None of the other tiers will have the cloud streaming. You also get classic games. That's for the premium tier. That's around $16. That price can fluctuate. Classic games is great. I think everybody wants that. The issue with PlayStation Now is the streaming just isn't that effective. I have decent internet connection. Unfortunately, currently I am on a wireless connection. Tried to boot up PlayStation Now to play some Infamous 1 the other day. Absolute train wreck, so that doesn't get me that excited. And yeah, if you're on a wired connection, if you have even better internet, if you have high-tier internet, maybe you'll get a better experience, but you're not talking about a large portion of the audience that has access to all those things, so that's something to consider as well. Grubb continued and noted, "I don't know what classic games means, but I do know that it's a major part of their premium tier. So you have game trials, classic games, and streaming on this premium tier." Again, classic games and streaming were noted separately, so hopefully classic games would be PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 1 games, and those games would actually be downloadable. I know PlayStation 3 games is always going to be like that holy grail for some reason we're not getting, but hopefully that would happen. For the extra tier, that's the second tier, you get a downloadable game catalog. Anything on PS Now that was downloadable seems like it would be in here. Grubb noted 250, 300 games, something like that. You don't get cloud streaming, but you do get 300 games you can download. I think that's what a lot of people would go towards. I don't think a large portion, especially the people that watch our videos, and I check in the comment section, people just don't seem to be down with game streaming. They're down with PlayStation Now for the fact that you can download a lot of those games, but yeah, for the downloadable catalog, that would be pretty good. Obviously, Now already has hundreds and hundreds of games. The PS4 and the PS4 games are downloadable, so that's great, but the PS3 games is really, in my opinion, where a large portion of the quality comes from, and those games are only streamable. Lastly, we have Essential, which would be the $10 a month tier. It's PlayStation Plus with the monthly games just like you know it today. The current PlayStation Plus obviously has some savings with your double discount sales and things like that, the monthly titles, and all that good stuff. Are there annual memberships for how much these things cost? I don't know. I haven't heard, and spoke a little bit more about it. Thanks to VGC, by the way, for the transcription. They did a great job transcribing this. I'll leave a link to them in the description box as well. So, a lot to assess here. At the end of the day, when it comes to a subscription service, like streaming, I just don't think people are going to care about it. I'm sorry, like, there's an audience that is going to be down with streaming, and those people probably already have PlayStation Now, and they enjoy it, but Let me know in the comment section down below, like, do you guys care for streaming at all? If that would add a level of a premium factor, would that make you sign up for the premium tier? $16 a month is relatively pricey, and when you look at Game Pass, you're getting day one titles coming from Xbox first-party studios. Now, the argument can be made, first-party Xbox games aren't that great, but man, that narrative is shifting real quickly. Are you telling me the Halo Infinite campaign wasn't good? Are you telling me Forza Horizon 5 wasn't good? Because I don't know, man, those games were pretty darn good, and if all we're gonna be getting for $16 a month is some trials, we're not getting games at that level. And when you look at Game Pass as well, like for the latter portion of the year, Stalker 2, hopefully the NFT thing was just a little bump in the road, and that'll come out, and that'll be on Game Pass, and that'll be great. But you know that Obsidian is working on a game like Avowed. You know that other studios, they're acquiring all these studios. Starfield is gonna be on Game Pass day one. That's a major game on Game Pass, and I'm sorry if this is supposed to be a direct competitor and supposed to offer the value that Game Pass does. Game trials and what PlayStation Now has right now just ain't gonna cut it. Now, if PS Now or whatever subscription service it is, they continue to secure deals for like a Shadow Warrior 3 tier game, and ultimately even bigger than that, because Starfield, like, compare the anticipation level for a Starfield and Shadow Warrior 3. Shadow Warrior 3 I'm super hyped for. I am almost assured that that game is going to be excellent based on Shadow Warrior 1 and 2, but Starfield is a different ball game. We're talking about an open world Bethesda title that's going to have a lot of buzz surrounding it, and you're talking about getting that with Game Pass versus, you know, what PlayStation Now has, and PlayStation Now has some okay games, and if you really assess it and don't compare it to Game Pass, it is a decent value, but then the Game Pass comparison's just always gonna be there, and I don't know if Sony's gonna go the route of, you know, securing a deal with Square Enix to offer Final Fantasy 16 day one, doing something where they offer God of War Ragnarok day one, especially if you look at seemingly Forbidden West is going to sell really well. These Sony games sell really well, but with Microsoft, it does seem like it's a long-term investment where, you know, they might be losing money on Game Pass. They might be spending a lot of money to acquire these different studios, but ultimately, it's about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And you can make an argument, hey, keep the games at $70, $60, whatever, you're going to make a lot of money that way. And you can make the argument, hey, Microsoft is doing the right thing. And from a consumer standpoint, I mean, how could you be upset with the offering that Microsoft is giving you? The value is ridiculous. As somebody from the console standpoint, I prefer PlayStation, I prefer the games on there, but you look at the value that Game Pass has, it is ridiculous, especially if you do take advantage and you just don't leave the subscription on and you never play the games. But again, Halo Infinite's campaign, Forza Horizon 5, Starfield later this year, and the monthly updates have been rather freaking good. Crusader Kings 3, Microsoft Flight Sim, like, etc, etc. These are top tier games that are included, and it's gonna take a gargantuan effort to come, you know, in comparison to that. Now, you can make the argument as well, Sony doesn't need to compete with Game Pass. I mean, they could just do a subscription service that's compelling enough for the PlayStation audience. It's, whatever, $16 a month, and the PlayStation audience just subscribes to it and gets, as, you know, a good value out of it. It doesn't have to be the Game Pass value, but that comparison point is just always gonna be there when you talk about Spartacus and when you talk about Game Pass, and when they actually are both launching. You're gonna compare the offerings every month. You're gonna look at the Game Pass editions, or you're gonna look at the Spartacus offerings, and that's just something to consider. But let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. A lot to take in. Everything's in flux right now. The pricing can be different. They could offer day one games. Who knows? They can make more Shadow Warrior 3 level deals. But it's going to take a lot of that to, you know, compare to Game Pass, especially if Microsoft is going to facilitate consistently creating these top-tier experiences. Hellblade 2, Starfield, the other Bethesda titles, Avowed, when that comes out. Now, obviously, it's about getting these games out the door, and that's kind of been the issue and the slack with, you know, the knock on Microsoft for the past few years, but I do really feel like they're going to get that situated here pretty quickly with all the studios under their umbrella. But sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Curious to hear what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.